Good day, everybody. My name is Miss Maboe. I welcome you to Grade 12 Business Studies Lessons. Today, we'll be focusing on the application questions under the topic Human Resource Functions. And for Human Resource Functions, we'll be focusing only on recruitment and selection as the activities of the human resources. Right, let's start with our questions. Question 1 says, name the sources of internal recruitment. The second one says, elaborate on the meaning of recruitment. The third one says, outline the differences between job description and job specifications. So the sources of internal, now don't forget that we've got internal and external recruitment. So when you are recruiting internally, we're looking at people within the workplace. So we are recruiting people internally. Then how do we ensure that they know that we are recruiting, there is a vacancy? What are the sources or ways in which they can find out? Where will they find out? Right, so let's name those sources of internal recruitment. The key word is internal recruitment, the sources. What are the sources? We've got internal emails. I hope you can see. Internal emails, intranet, very important, intra, not inter. Intra means inside. And the websites to the staff. Don't forget, I said internal, people who are within the business, people who are already working for our business. So this is the first source that we can use. The second one, we can use the business newsletters or the circulars business. So it will only go to the people who are within the business. And then we can use the internal or the management referrals. We can refer, but using internal or management referrals. We can also use the notice boards of the business, not just any notice boards in general, but of the business, because who is the target here? The target is the internal people or people within the workplace, people who are already working for the business. We can also use the internal bulletins. So those are the sources of internal recruitment. Right, now we are looking at the second question, which says elaborate on the meaning of recruitment. So when you elaborate, you are expanding on the definition of recruitment, which is the first activity of human resources. When you are recruiting, what do you do? Right, let's read here. It says recruitment is the process, very important, that is used by businesses to identify vacancies in the business and attract the suitable candidates. We don't want to recruit people and then at the end of the 2 months, we realize that actually these people are not suitable candidates. How do we ensure that these are suitable candidates? Meaning in the recruitment process or the procedure, you need to indicate the needs of the business. What is it that the business needs? It aims at finding the candidates who have the necessary knowledge or the qualification to fill the vacancy. So as the recruitment officers or as the HR manager, we need to know exactly what are the needs of our business. What do we need? But how can we do that? We can even use our that tool whereby the tool whereby we're looking at the specifications and we're also looking at the descriptions in the business to say, okay, fine, we need a person that has got maybe a degree in this particular career or in this particular position. The person needs to have 5 years experience and all that. So that when we recruit, when we're forming an advertisement, we're outlining or we are listing or stating all those details so that it can make our lives easier. Even when we are selecting or in our screening process, we are able to say, this one does not meet the criteria because we've already set the criteria. Right, now the last part is of question 1, outline the differences between job description and job specification. Right, what is job description? It describes the duties or responsibilities of a specific job. Keyword, the duties and responsibilities. What are your responsibilities in this particular job? Written description of the job and its requirements. You are applying for a job to be a what? A teacher. What are the duties of a teacher? You need to teach the content or teach the subject. You need to ensure that you're marking the register maybe. What else do? You need to make the return reports, academic report and report on the report to the parents about the child or the learner's academics, maybe how is it the performance rather. So those are the duties of a teacher, right? But now what are the specifications? The specifications, it describes the minimum acceptable personal qualities, the skills and qualifications needed for the job. Written descriptions of specific qualifications and experience needed for the job. So this teacher that we want, over and above being able to report on the learner's performance, marking the register, teaching the subject and all that, this particular candidate needs to have a qualification in a recognized or registered tertiary institution. This person needs to have maybe 5 years experience in this specific subject, maybe, or specific discipline, maybe. So this is what a job specification, because we are stating exactly what we need, the qualities, the qualifications, and the skills that are needed in order for this person to perform this job. I hope you understand. So now we move on to the second question. So the second question says, read the scenario below and answer the questions that follow. Wilbur Clothing Designers, which is WD, Wilbur Clothing Designers specializes in menswear. They want to introduce ladies' wear too, and they are looking for the designer for ladies' wear. So they are looking for the designer for ladies' wear. WD decided to advertise the vacant position in the local newspapers and also on the internet. Already this should tell you the type of recruitment that they've used and the source that they've used. All right, the questions reads as follows. Identify the method of recruitment that is used by Wilbur Clothing Designers. Motivate your answer by quoting from the scenario. Right, so the first question says identify the method of recruitment. Right, where do we get this method? From this scenario. And then you need to motivate your answer by quoting. When you quote, word for word as is from the scenario. You're not taking anything. So after identifying, then you need to quote. Right, let's now start by quoting. I'm sure you have already spotted or identified the method of recruitment. Right, let's see if you're correct. Yes, you are spot on. It's external recruitment. But then how do we know that it's external recruitment? They said here, motivate your answer by quoting from the scenario. When you quote, you are taking it word for word from the scenario as is. Right, let's see the quotation if it's correct. They say here, they have advertised the vacant position in the local newspapers and on the internet. It starts from where? They have decided to advertise a vacant position. Here it is. They have advertised the vacant position in the local newspapers and on the internet. It ends there. So in local newspapers is for everybody to see. Internet is for everyone to see. So that is motivating enough for our recruitment method that we've identified above. All right, so we'll leave it right there. For now, we're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we continue with our questions on recruitment and selection. See you just now.